An update now to the story of a unique Brantford cottage that was moved a few years ago to make way for a development that never happened. As Adam Atkinson tells us, the cost to repair the damaged house was too much for the Brant Historical Society, so they sold it to local developers who will restore it to its former beer bottle-themed glory.
It's not going to be a pretty sight.
Dan and Carol-Lyn Brown know their latest house purchase isn't turnkey.
Brickwork, paint the shutters, new windows.
I guess we're used to these size of projects. This one is more on the outside of what you see with the brickwork, structural work. It is a structurally sound house, but there is a lot to do on the outside.
In November of 2021, this old house called the Crystal Cottage was put on a truck and moved to a new location.
A very difficult journey. It was only moved a few blocks, but it did take quite a beating in the process. You can see behind us, you can see the cracks in the bricks and the broken bottles that happened.
Back then, a developer agreed to move the house and pay for any damage in order to build a condo on its original address. But that project fell through.
And unfortunately, when they abandoned the project of the development on Market Street and left us with a broken building.
The Brant Historical Society couldn't afford to fix the nearly 150-year-old house, so they sold it to the Browns.
I don't believe there's another developer or builder in the city who is going to have the same love of the project as Dan and his wife.
We followed the project and it just came around and it was just right for us.
One of the neatest things about the Crystal Cottage are these beer bottles. There's about 400 of them from a former brewery called Bixel Brewery in Brantford.
Old Bixel beer bottles all the way around the whole house, and there's 99 broken bottles of beer on the wall right now.
And so one of the things that we will be doing is we'll be adding trim that we were able to get from another house. The person that lived in that house was Mr. Bixel. And it's the Bixel beer bottles that are making this house. So we can add some of Brantford history into Brantford history.
The Browns are expected to have the Crystal Cottage project wrapped up in September. Adam Atkinson, CHCH News, Brantford.